Okay, everybody, we're here at Stan Parente's salon. We're doing a little video shoot. We're demonstrating 3 very popular color techniques. We want everybody to kind of understand what they are. Right here, Jennifer, she's our awesome stylist in Maple Valley. She's doing a balayage, and it's actually part balayage, part ombre. You see where all of the hair is kind of saturated down at the bottom, and then it trails up a little lighter at the top. I just want to say balayaging, for all of you that might think that balayaging is an actual look, it's not an actual look. It's a technique more than a look. So a balayage can be lots of different colors by the end. It literally just means sweeping. So you'll see in the video there's going to be a lot of sweeping going on. So a lot of balayaging going on. It makes for a lot more artistic look. And in Jennifer's case, she's going to get a very like, hey, I've been out in the sun for a year on a beach and I've braided my hair and I haven't done anything to it. And it's going to just kind of be that lightness that comes from nowhere. It just is there. And it's really pretty, no grow out. Hairdressers don't love it because they don't see their client for like every 6 months. But, you know, it's really pretty and we like to do it. But that's this style of balayage. It's going to be open air. You'll see that she just has foil at the bottom, but it's going to, as she goes, you'll see that it's all open air. And it's just going to process in the open air, which will make it a little bit softer, okay? On this side, Angelica, she's from the Federal Way Salon, and she's doing something that we refer to as foilaging. And you'll see that she's using foil. And this technique is actually very good for a lot of people because with the regular balayage, you see a lot of grow out off the roots, okay? So a lot of people don't want that big grow out off the roots. They want it up higher. And with this technique, it kind of gives us the ability to go up higher. You'll see that it is almost all the way to the scalp. And then we go back afterwards and we will be kind of root melting so that it's a little bit softer. But the lightness will come all the way up. I think we're going to tone with a little bit of rose gold because she's got this really pretty kind of gold to her hair already. I think it'll be really, really pretty. And this is all natural hair, which we don't know how that happened, but she's never had any color in her hair, and it'll just be kind of amazing and cool. There's also other benefits that I want people to know about with a foilage. There's a lot of people that have gray that love that foil look, but they've got these gray hairs that they got to deal with. So the foil also uses, we use it as a separation so that we can foil and then go in between the foil and cover the gray and still give them that balayage kind of feel, but we're still able to cover gray. We bring the color up higher, and it really turns out really good. Also, there's some other advantages. If you're working with dark hair, the foil protects the hair so that we can use a lot of heat. And also because of the foil, we can peel back the foil if somebody has very dark hair and reapply so that we can continually get the hair lighter and lighter and lighter because a lot of times we don't want a lot of gold or reds. And so using the foil, we're able to get most of all that gold and orange out of the hair so we can tone it really nice. And silver is really popular, and silver grays and pastels. And so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing kind of a pastel rose gold balayage through here. So that's what these two models are getting, and those are the two. This is the balayage. It's going to be very natural, very pretty, very, like I said, out in the sun, and this is just how my hair turned out. This one's going to be a little bit more trendy because we're going to put a little bit of that rose gold in there, and the pieces are going to go much higher, up mostly all the way up to the top. This is Haley. She's from the Bellevue Salon, which is where we're at right now. She's demonstrating baby lights. Baby lights is a technique that is really starting to get popular, and I'll just kind of run down the reasons why they're popular. It's basically a foil, but the pieces are very, very small, and so you'll see that as she's working, very small pieces. The technique can be used for a lot of different things. We're kind of exiting this kind of bigger pieces balayage thing and not leaving the grow out area more natural. So what baby lights can do is they can lift the natural base of the hair color, but because the pieces are very, very small, you don't really see them. Once they get rinsed and they mix, they'll just make everything a little bit lighter and blend. And so with this particular model, she's been getting balayages, and she has some grow out. And so what we're doing is tying in that grow out with the balayage. So she's still going to have this really nice light color down below, but her base color up on top will just sort of blend in. It'll just lighten up the whole base color, but it won't really look like, it'll almost look like it's just her hair color. And the benefits are huge with that. So especially with dark hair, for years we've been trying to get dark hair a little lighter, but we have to deal with red and orange and colors that nobody wants. And so with this technique, we're able to go in with baby lights, say with somebody with this hair color or darker, and we're able to bleach all that orange and red undertones out and then tone it back down. And so let's just say they were a little darker, even like a brown. They want their base color to be a little bit lighter, but instead of breaking all the base and trying to lift it up, we do baby lights. We take them up past the orange or the red, and then we tone it back down to a very nice blend of a maybe lighter brown or even a dark blonde. The colors mix, and it just makes a nice, prettier, lighter base without all the red. And also, when you break a base or lighten up the base, you get a much stronger grow out, like a bad grow out, like a line. Where with baby lights, you get a much softer grow out once it starts growing out. Even with like a regular balayage, we're doing this a lot now, just so that around the hairline, you don't get the spots of color around the hairline, the bigger spots of hair color around the hairline, even with just a regular foil. Doing baby lights in areas where maybe the hair is brushing back, you're able to get a much softer grow out. And just the feel around the face can be a lot more natural. So a lot of times we're baby lighting, and if somebody doesn't already have balayage, we would baby light and balayage at the same time so that we're able to get their base color up a little bit and put in that nice balayage ombre pieces throughout the rest of the hair. And also I just want to say, we use Wella here. And so right now Haley is using Blondor by Wella. Wella is a great company. They have great color. All the toners we're going to be using today are from Wella. Jennifer is using Freelights. It's a great open air balayage bleach. And then Angelica is using Blondor also. But the toners that we're going to be using are all Wella toners, and we'll explain and talk about that. I think after this, I haven't really talked to Haley too much. This is her model, but I'm sure that she's going to be toning afterwards and maybe root coloring slightly softer right at the root. I don't know, but we'll talk about it once we get there. So that's it. Those are the three models. We're just going to let them work, and we'll probably be checking in on them from time to time, and you guys are going to see the outcome after everything's done. Okay, we're here at the bowl now for part 2 of basically will be a 3-part process. She's going back through and she's just blurring that line that's right at the scalp. If you can see, you might be able to see in here where it goes from her natural color and fairly abrupt right there. She's going to blur that line a little bit. What's important about this process is because she's able to blur that line and the color is already very light, you're not getting any gold undertones or any brassy undertones. And so we're kind of giving a natural look right there to kind of fade it out really nice. She did a really good job, though almost doesn't need to do that. Especially with dark hair, it's really important to do it because we take them, really light and it sits right against that dark hair. And we want to blend that out really nice, and so there's almost no start to where it starts out from. So she's just going to finish this up. She's using Wella color number 8, Color Touch, and we're going to let this process for a few minutes, and then she's going to rinse it, and then we're going to put a nice little rose gold over all of it, and we're right on track. Okay, here we are with the baby lights. We're doing almost very similar, as you can see. Kind of we have the same kind of pattern going with a lot of the balayages that come up and even like baby lights. So Haley is toning and kind of blurring out the roots a little bit also. You can see her now, she's kind of pulling it down through so that it's a little softer. And you're going to see when she's done, the baby lights will kind of mix with her natural color, and her natural color is kind of more golden. But her blonde baby lights will kind of mix in there and kind of cool all of that natural color down a little bit. And it'll just make it really pretty. Okay, we're here at the bowl with the just open air balayage. It looks amazing. Jennifer did a great job. She's just rinsing. She's going to follow it up with a toner. She wants it warm, but it's a little bit brassy. So she's going to follow it up with some Color Touch 881 with just a dab of 789 in it, just to take a little bit of the brass out of it, but it'll be, really pretty, very natural looking. Like we said, like just been out in the sun a bunch. So that's it. Next time you see us, we're going to be back at the chair, drying and styling. We're here with the finished product. It's amazing. Good job, Angelica. I just want everybody to see that, it's really pretty, it's soft. I hope the soft rose, you can kind of pick that up in here because it plays against her strawberry blonde color. So it's just really, really soft, but it's gorgeous. And you can see that even though it was a foil-ish, it's really diffused up at the top, and it has that rooted look where it kind of comes from nowhere, but it's still pretty light. She won't have a heavy-duty grow out. So this is a great example of a foilyage, which is kind of a crazy name and almost like a made-up name, but it's a balayage, but it comes up higher. But wow, pretty. Very shiny. Really turned out well. I think she's happy with it too, right?
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, great. So excellent. Good job, Angelica. Okay, here we are with the open air balayage free lights. It was toned with a little bit of 881 with a little bit of 789, just to sort of take down a little bit of brassiness, but we wanted it warm, so it's really pretty. Jennifer also did an amazing job. You can see that it's just kind of seamless everywhere. The ends are a little bit lighter because she incorporated those V's, which give you a little bit of an ombre look at the bottom. We also, I don't know if you noticed, we are Orbe Salon. I think Jennifer used a little bit of super shine in it to give it a nice shine. We don't have any spray or anything in it. Also, I wanted to mention with the foilyage model, we ended up using a relights formula for that little bit of rose. We decided to do that because she already had light ends, and almost any other option would have colored a little bit of her natural hair, and we just wanted those highlights to absorb the color. And relights is kind of an awesome color by Wella that only will color previously lightened hair, so then it doesn't do anything else to any of the other surrounding hair. I forgot to mention that, but that was worth mentioning. But this turned out really, really good. Again, just an open air balayage. It's really soft. There won't be any grow out. It turned out really great. Good job, Jennifer. Okay, here we are with the last one. Haley, as you remember, I had mentioned that she had already had a balayage. So that balayage, started right about here. And so this was all natural up here. So you can see baby lights just kind of connect that balayage, but mixes really good. And even, as she washes this a couple times, the hairs actually even diffuse a little bit more. But it diffuses, and as I was saying, it just kind of lightens and cools down a little bit up here. Great job, Haley. This baby lights are a lot of work. I mean, they're a lot of work. So all of you, out there that might want baby lights, be prepared. It's a lot of work. And again, it's great by itself, but it's also great combined with a balayage. So yeah, as we see the foilyage first, a different look, and then the open air balayage that we did, different look. And then now baby lights. And you can see even from the front, and I'm going to turn it around in a minute, you just see that soft diffusion of that lighter color in there, those small pieces. And I think Haley used a little Opera Beach in it and did a nice little curl. You can see that, it's super nice. I mean, really pretty. And you can see in the front, she did a little bit lighter in through the front, toned with some 901 and 1081, correct? Yeah, I mean, flawless. I will say then now, we've seen three things. And so for those watching these three demonstrations of three very popular hair colors, all three amazing. All three stylists did a great job. Makes me really proud. I didn't touch any of these. They did them all just kind of amazing. But maybe for those that are been thinking about, like, what's a balayage, what's a foilyage, what's a baby lights, that was it. Hope you come to see us at the salon. All of our stylists are awesome, and what we really like to do is try to figure out what you like, what you want, and our stylists are awesome at being able to talk it out, and maybe some of these videos will be helpful. And we also love seeing pictures from Instagram that we can kind of point out, even if it just says balayage, we can point out okay, this was baby lights with balayage, or this was foilyage, or this was just an open air balayage. And remember, a balayage is more of a technique, not an actual look, not an exact thing. artistic, it's sweeping, it's making sure that there's a certain feeling of natural flow. This is going to grow out with not a lot of grow out. It's going to be pretty good. So even though it's really pretty light up towards the top. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you next time.